Welcome back to Lingio Daily, everyone. I'm Alex, and today we're going deep into a topic that looks small on the surface, but can completely transform your life from the inside out. We're talking about tiny habits, the little actions you repeat every day, the ones that look almost meaningless, but actually build the foundation of your entire life. And trust me, once you understand how small habits work, you will never think about progress the same way again.
And I'm Emma. Hello, everyone. Today's episode is one of my favorites because tiny habits feel so gentle, so easy, so simple, but they're secretly powerful. People always wait for motivation or a big moment to change their life, but real change usually begins with something small. Not big goals, not big promises, small actions that you can do even on your worst days.
That's exactly it. You know, people say, from tomorrow I'll change everything. But tomorrow comes and nothing really happens. Why? Because the brain hates big pressure. But when you give the brain something tiny, something so small it's almost funny, suddenly everything becomes easier. You don't need motivation, you don't need strength, you just do it.
Let's start with a simple example. Years ago, I wanted to become healthier, but every time I tried a diet or a big workout plan, I quit after a week. And then I tried something tiny, drinking 1 glass of water every morning. That's it. It takes maybe 10 seconds, but it changed the tone of my mornings. It made me feel like someone who takes care of herself. And over time, this one habit made me build more healthy habits.
Exactly. My version of that was reading. I always wanted to be a reader, but every time I tried to read at night, I fell asleep in 40 seconds. So I said, fine, I'll read 1 paragraph a day. Not a page, a paragraph. It sounds like nothing, and that's the point. Because it was so easy, I actually did it. And after 2 weeks, I found myself reading 2 paragraphs, then a page, then 10. Now I read 2 or 3 books a month.
This is the magic. Tiny habits change your identity. You're not just drinking water. You're becoming a person who drinks water. You're not just reading a paragraph, you're becoming a person who reads. Tiny habits don't change your schedule. They change who you believe you are.
Let's talk about morning routines for a second, because mornings are the best time to use tiny habits. You don't need a big ritual, just one small step. For example, I put my phone on the other side of the room before I go to sleep. That's a 3-second action at night, but it changed my mornings completely. Now I can't hit the snooze button. I have to stand up to turn off the alarm, and once I stand up, I'm awake.
That's smart. My tiny morning habit is even simpler. I open the curtains as soon as I wake up. Natural light hits my face, and my body wakes up gently. No stress, no rush, just one small step that tells my brain it's a new day.
These small things matter. They're like the first domino piece that makes all the other dominoes fall. When you start your day with one tiny win, you naturally have more energy for the next win.
Let's connect this to learning English, because tiny habits are perfect for learning a language. People think they need to study for 1 hour every day. But actually, 5 minutes a day done consistently is more powerful than 1 hour once a week.
Absolutely. Here are tiny English learning habits that anyone can do. Learn 1 word a day. Read 3 English sentences. Watch a 30-second English clip. Speak to yourself for 1 minute. Write 1 simple sentence. Repeat 1 phrase while brushing your teeth. Listen to 1 podcast sentence and shadow it. These things take almost no time, but they build your fluency because they're consistent.
Consistency is everything. You don't need big study days. You need small study moments repeated again and again. And the truth is that your brain loves repetition more than intensity.
Let me share a real story. I had a friend who wanted to start running. She hated the gym, hated sports, hated everything about exercise. So she made one tiny habit: put on her running shoes every day. She didn't have to run. She didn't even have to walk. Just wear the shoes. After a week, she walked outside. After 2 weeks, she jogged for 2 minutes. After 6 months, she ran 5 kilometers.
From just wearing shoes, that is so powerful.
It shows that small steps become big steps automatically. You don't force it, it grows.
I have a story too. My mom wanted to learn Spanish for years. She bought books, courses, apps, but never started. So she tried one tiny habit, 10 minutes of Spanish TV while cooking dinner. She just listened, no pressure, no studying. After a year, she could understand simple conversations without ever studying seriously.
That's perfect. People don't improve because of one big action. They improve because of small actions repeated hundreds of times.
Let's talk about the opposite now, tiny habits that hurt you. Because not all small actions are good.
Yeah, small negative habits can quietly destroy your progress. For example, checking your phone first thing in the morning, scrolling for 5 minutes that become 40, going to bed too late, skipping breakfast, drinking no water all day, saying, "I'll do it tomorrow." Each one is small, but together they build a life you don't want.
And mental habits too. Comparing yourself to others, doubting yourself, thinking, I'm not good enough. These tiny thoughts repeat daily and can limit your confidence.
That's where tiny positive habits come in. They build new patterns in your brain. Let's give our listeners practical tiny habits they can start today.
Great. Here are some. Drink a glass of water in the morning. Take one deep breath before leaving your house. Write one sentence in English. Smile at one stranger. Clean one small area, your desk, a drawer, or your bag. Do 20 seconds of stretching. Say out loud, I can improve a little today.
Hear mine. Read one paragraph. Learn one useful phrase. Put your phone away for 5 minutes. Take a 1-minute walk. Stand straight for 10 seconds and breathe deeply. Say one kind thing to yourself. Do one small thing immediately instead of later.
These habits are tiny, but they create momentum. Momentum creates confidence. Confidence creates action.
And here's something important. Habits grow when they're connected. If you drink one glass of water in the morning, you feel fresher. When you feel fresher, you move more. When you move more, you eat better. When you eat better, you sleep better. When you sleep better, your brain learns better.
Everything is connected. One tiny step can start a chain reaction.
Before we finish, let's leave our listeners with one question. What is one tiny habit you can start today that takes less than 1 minute?
And here's another. What is one tiny bad habit you can stop today?
Choose just one. Repeat it every day for a week, then come back and tell us how it feels.
Thank you for listening to Lingio Daily. Remember, big change doesn't start big. Big change starts small, 1 minute at a time.
See you in the next episode.